So I've just done a new version 2 of my free Witch Pig plugin, Black Mirror Reverb, and I've got a few changes in it, a few improvements, I think. So I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough video just to show you what's new. So if you're familiar with version 1, you'll probably notice that there's now an extra filter control and a mix. So a mix is just straightforward. It just mixes in the dry signal with it, so you don't have to change it on the door up here or whatever. The filter was set to a certain frequency before. I was filtering the signal just to make it better, but I've now changed it so you can make this is a low pass filter. You can drop it down, which will make it a bit quieter and a bit more mellow sounding, but then you might want to boost it on magnify just to compensate that. And if you boost it up higher on the filter, it makes it a bit harder sounding, a bit harsher. And again, you might want to turn magnify down to compensate for that the other way. What else? One problem I did find was the animation was apparently not working on Logic in Max. When I look, it's because they block the animation, that particular type of animation files, or they just don't accept those particular animation files in the first place, which is a bit annoying. So what I've done, if it is Logic, or I think some versions of Ableton have the same issue as well, is it will just show a static image of the background image instead, whereas before it would just be like grey. But it looks better. It will look better, but it'll still work the same way. You just won't get the flickering. The other thing I've done is I just changed. Have a look on it here. Is on the automation controls. If you automate it here, is they were called. Instead of, I changed the names to sort of match the Black Mirror theme. So you had like divide and reflect would be like echoes and feedback. And I've just changed them to match exactly on there. So it's just a bit more obvious. So what I'll do is I'll give you a quick example of, I've got a little bit of a music just using a Vital, the free keyboards. And I'll play a bit of that, and then I'll put it bypass. Then I'll put it on Reflect and Survive. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off. Oh yeah, so these ones here are all the presets before. I didn't want to change them there, so filter and mix remain the same before as they were. But then I've added 3 new presets as well, which make use of the filter and mix controls, and/or filter and mix controls. To show off some of the different sounds. So that's what I'm just going to do with this in a second. I'll do it just on bypass to start with, and then I'll do half the excerpt. I'll do bypass, then reflect and survive, and then I'll do it again using those 2 other presets. Okay. Now another 2 presets. Okay, so you can see on this first one, last one, I'm a shattered one. I've got the filter up high, and it's quite a hard, harsh sound. Whereas this first one I used, Reflect and Survive, it's a much more mellower, distorted, sort of fuller sort of sound. So yeah, but I think these changes do give you a potential to make a lot bigger range of sounds. So another thing I just wanted to show you, another way you can use it, is what you could do is you can automate these. So I showed how these were more automated before. So what I've done on this is I've added in some control on here. So if you have a look here to bring it down, I showed these ones before, and I've got for this channel, I've got the filter ticked on here, and then it will show up as a blue line here, and then you can just right click on these. And what I'm doing is that I'm moving the filter from side to side or up and down. So I'm going from where the frequency of the filter is applied. So just to give it some different tonal variation. So this is another way you can use it. So, okay, I'll just play this for you, and then you can see what this is doing as well then. Okay, so hopefully you can see that moving backwards and forwards in there. So that's something else you can do to add extra movement and extra interest is to track. So you can automate any of these controls just to create different effects. That's quite an extreme effect going right across the filter, almost like a sort of like a slow wah-wah effect. But yeah, so hopefully this gives you some ideas of some different things you can try. Hopefully you'll check out the new version too as well. Have a good play with it. As I said, it's not something you're going to be using on every single track. It's not going to be your go-to reverb, but it does do something a little bit different, a little bit interesting, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that would be cool. I also got on Piano Book, I've got quite a few contact instruments as well as the effects as well. So yeah, if people, not many people have followed me on that, but if people want to follow me on that, that would be cool as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.